Imagine this. You're sitting at your desk, dreaming up an idea for the next big app. But instead of spending weeks, or even months, writing code, debugging errors, and wrestling with deployment tools, you could bring that vision to life in just minutes. Sounds like science fiction? Well, welcome to reality. Enter Firebase Studio, a game-changing cloud-based development environment from Google, designed to supercharge how we build AI-powered applications. Whether you're a beginner looking to prototype ideas or a seasoned developer ready to push boundaries, Firebase Studio has something for everyone. It combines tools like Project IDX, Genkit, and Gemini into one seamless experience, giving you everything you need to create, test, and deploy production-quality apps, all under one roof. And guess what? Developers around the world are already putting it to work. In fact, they've used Firebase Studio to build some truly mind-blowing projects, from classic games like Tetris and Flappy Bird, to productivity tools and creative generators. Today we're checking out 9 insane apps people have created with Firebase Studio. Let's see what's possible when innovation meets simplicity. 1. The Tetris builder who did it with 2 prompts. Our first stop takes us to a developer, Juan Stapa, at Juan Stapa on X. Decided to put Firebase Studio through its paces. And let me tell you, he didn't hold back. Using just 2 prompts, Juan was able to create a fully functional version of Tetris. Yes, you heard that right. 2 prompts. No endless lines of code, no sleepless nights debugging. It all came together effortlessly. What makes this so impressive is how Firebase Studio leverages natural language processing to translate ideas into working applications. For Juan, it wasn't about wrestling with syntax or frameworks. It was about describing his vision and letting Firebase Studio do the heavy lifting. The result? A nostalgic trip down memory lane with everyone's favorite block stacking game. But don't take my word for it. Let's see Juan's creation in action. Watch as he demonstrates how quick and intuitive it can be to bring an idea to life with Firebase Studio. Do. Can Firebase Studio kill the competition? Meet the CRM app. That's turning heads. Next up, we're heading to the world of business tools, where developer Melvin Vivas, at Don Vito on X, decided to test whether Firebase Studio could hold its own against established competitors. Spoiler alert, it absolutely can. Melvin built a customer relationship management CRM app using Firebase Studio, and the results are nothing short of impressive. CRMs are typically complex systems designed to manage sales pipelines, track leads, and analyze performance metrics. Building one from scratch usually requires extensive coding knowledge and a deep understanding of back-end infrastructure. But here's the twist. Melvin achieved this using Firebase Studio's intuitive interface and AI-driven capabilities. What does this mean for developers? Well, imagine being able to prototype enterprise-level software faster than ever before, or even challenge existing SaaS platforms with your own custom-built solutions. Firebase Studio isn't just about making life easier, it's about leveling the playing field. So is Firebase Studio ready to take on the competition? Let's find out as we dive into Melvin's CRM app demo. 3. From idea to app. No coding required. Meet Paul Covert's experiment. Now, let's talk about something truly revolutionary: the ability to build, modify, and deploy apps using nothing but natural language. Sounds futuristic, right? Well, developer Paul Covert proved it's very much possible with Firebase Studio. Paul demonstrated how you can describe your idea in plain English, or any language you prefer, and watch as Firebase Studio translates that into functional code. No need to memorize syntax or wrestle with frameworks. Whether you're tweaking features, debugging issues, or deploying updates, Firebase Studio adapts to your workflow seamlessly. This isn't just convenient, it's transformative. Imagine brainstorming ideas during a meeting and having them turned into prototypes by the time coffee is served. Or think about non-developers finally being able to bring their visions to life without relying on technical expertise. Paul's experiment shows us that Firebase Studio isn't just a tool, it's a catalyst for innovation at every level. Ready to see how easy it is to turn words into working apps? Let's dive into Paul's demo. Four. The Flappy Bird Challenge: Debugging, Speed, and Results. Remember Flappy Bird? The deceptively simple yet infuriatingly addictive game that took the world by storm? Well, developer Manthan Gupta decided to recreate it using Firebase Studio, and boy did he have quite the journey. Manthan's experience wasn't without its hurdles. He started with a zero-shot prompt, hoping the AI would generate the entire game instantly. Spoiler, it didn't work perfectly on the first try. But here's the thing, Firebase Studio isn't just about perfection out of the box. It's about empowering developers to iterate quickly. Despite encountering errors, Manthan was able to resolve them efficiently thanks to Firebase Studio's fast code generation and intuitive IDE, which feels eerily similar to VS Code. Another highlight? The speed at which ideas materialized. While testing responsiveness directly within the UI would have been a nice addition, the final output was solid enough to spark joy, or frustration, depending on your Flappy Bird skills. So, how did Manthan go from 0 lines of code to a playable game? Let's take a look at his process and see what makes Firebase Studio both powerful and practical.
Here, and today I am trying something totally new. I'm diving into Firebase Studio. Yes, the one recently released by Google. Firebase Studio is an agentic cloud-based development environment that helps you build and ship production quality full-stack AI apps, including APIs, backends, frontends, mobile, and more. And I'm going to try building a version of Flappy Bird with it. I have no idea how far I will get, but let's find out together. So I've created a prompt using ChatGPT. So everything is driven by AI now, and I'm gonna try to build a Flappy Bird application. I'm looking around the UI, so we can switch to code and we have a publish. So I'm assuming that's for deploy. Start screen, game rendering, game logic. So it's reasoning for, I think it's the steps that it's gonna follow. Let's prototype this app. Okay. Okay, that was fast. Okay, so something broke, and I definitely don't see any pipes in the game. So it was not able to generate the whole game in single prompt. Okay, we are still facing issues. I'm still not able to fix this one. Nope. Oh, okay. I do see the pipe now. So I'm clicking right now to make it jump, make the ball jump. So it's not even a bird right now. I'm pretty bad at this game for sure. So let me see other things. Let's see how to switch to code. So this definitely feels like a VS Code like a thing. If I open some files, I'm not a front-end guy, so I'm struggling here which file to open. But yeah, it does feels very cool because I see the VS Code kind of style ID here, which is cool. If I click on publish, let's see what happens. Oh, there is also a part where we can ask Gemini to fix the code. So something like a cursor like kind of thing. Okay, so I will have to set up my cloud billing account, but I do see that it's very easy to publish my application. So that's all for the video. I think Google has definitely cooked with this. I actually believe that the results would be better than this, but I think with more prompts and everything, it should get better. A little more prompt engineering should help make it better then. Thank you. and meet you in the next one.
Vibe coding meets 3D gaming. The browser-built snake adventure. Now let's talk about something that feels straight out of a sci-fi movie. Vibe coding. Developer Chong Yu took Firebase Studio to new heights by building a 3D snake game entirely in his browser. And not just any snake game, this one uses 3.js for stunning visuals and smooth animations. What exactly is vibe coding? It's the art of describing your idea loosely and letting Firebase Studio's AI agents, powered by Gemini 2.5 Pro, interpret and execute it. For Chong Yu, this meant minimal effort and maximum creativity. He described his vision, watched the platform generate the foundation, and then fine-tuned it until he had a fully functional 3D game. The best part? Deployment was instant. With Firebase Studio, there's no need for complicated setups or third-party hosting services. Just hit deploy, and your app is live on the web within seconds. As Chong Yu put it, it's like having Cursor, Lovable, Bolt, and Windsurf all rolled into one free package. Curious to see how vibe coding works in action? Let's jump into Chong Yu's demo of the 3D snake game. Six. From zero coding experience to a working to-do list in under 10 minutes? What if I told you that someone who's never coded before could build a fully functional app in less than 10 minutes? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, meet Tilak Raj, who did exactly that with Firebase Studio. Tilak had no prior experience with Flutter, the framework behind his to-do list app, but that didn't stop him. Using nothing but natural language prompts, he described what he wanted: a basic to-do list where users could add, edit, and check off tasks. Firebase Studio took care of the rest, generating the entire app without requiring Tilak to write a single line of code. This is where Firebase Studio truly shines. It democratizes app development. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a complete beginner, the platform adapts to your skill level. For Tilak, this meant going from zero coding knowledge to having a working prototype faster than it takes to brew a cup of coffee. So, how easy is it to create something practical and functional without any technical background? Let's take a look at Tilak's demo of his to-do list app. Seven. A universe in your browser. The solar system app that's out of this world. Now, let's take a journey beyond Earth's atmosphere, with developer Byung Hoon, who used Firebase Studio to create a simple yet stunning solar system simulation. Byung Hoon's project is proof that Firebase Studio isn't just for building productivity tools or games. It's also perfect for creative and educational projects. With a few prompts, he designed a virtual model of our solar system, complete with planets orbiting the sun. It's a beautiful blend of science, art, and technology, all built effortlessly in the browser. What's particularly exciting about this example is its potential as an educational tool. Imagine students exploring the mechanics of planetary motion, or teachers using it to make complex concepts more engaging. And because Firebase Studio makes deployment so seamless, apps like this can be shared instantly with classrooms around the world. So, how does Byung-hoon's solar system come to life? Let's dive into his demo and explore the universe, one orbit at a time. Eight. One-Shot Wonder, the Hacker News summary app that does it all. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information on Hacker News, you're not alone. But developer David East found a solution, and he built it in just one shot using Firebase Studio. David's app doesn't just fetch articles from Hacker News, it uses AI to generate concise summaries of each story, saving users time while keeping them informed. This is where Firebase Studio truly flexes its muscles. It's not just about building apps, but also integrating intelligent features that enhance functionality. What makes this example so impressive is how quickly and effortlessly it came together. With Firebase Studio's ability to generate both the app structure and AI-powered features, developers like David can focus on solving problems rather than wrestling with code. It's a glimpse into the future of app development, where tools adapt to your needs instead of the other way around. Ready to see how David turned a simple idea into a powerful productivity tool? Let's take a closer look at his Hacker News summary app.
So I'm going to build a Hacker News summary app in Firebase Studio, and we're going to do this with this HNPWA API, which is a Hacker News feed API that I built a really long time ago with shout out to Adi Osmani. And we built this for the HNPWA project. And so let's see if we can get it to build something similar. It has all of this, this the same feed that you'd see on Hacker News. So let's just prompt it and say, build me an app that summarizes Hacker News with this API. So I'm going to click prototype this app, and what's going to happen is that Studio is going to present me an app blueprint, which is all of these details about the app that it wants to build me. So this one's called Hacker News Summarizer. That's a pretty apt name, and it gives me a list of features. First is fetch news, and we can see that it knows it got the endpoint correct. So it'll display the news, but then right here, this little icon right here, it's going to use an AI model to summarize each news article. And this is going to create a Genkit flow based on Gemini to go through each article and give it a nice little summary. And I can even continue to further refine this with this blueprint with chat. I can say only summarize stories with a button click. And I like doing that because then that way you don't have to just run through your quota through the API key. You just click summarize and then it displays. And so when I do that, it's switched out to display summary. Yes, summarize when a button is clicked. Awesome. I also get style guidelines about color, layout, iconography, animation, all this cool stuff. But let's start by prototyping the app. And so now it's going to start generating out the files. And you can see in the bottom right here, it's generating out this SRC AI folder, which are the actual AI flows that are built with Genkit, which is an AI orchestration library maintained by Firebase. And it's really great for very easily generating or creating AI flows. And if I go through and click on some of these files, this right here is the actual Next.js app that it's generating right now. You can see that we have the Tailwind classes, it's mapping through the news, it's fetching Git top hacker news through this API right here. And when it finishes generating, it's going to do something that I personally love, that is awesome convenience. And I don't want to spoil it, so I'm going to wait for that to happen. If I look through here, we can look at the flows, which is the summarize article prompt. And this right here is a Genkit flow. And the way this works is that we have an input schema, we have an output schema, which are with Zod, And then these specify, this is the article URL, which is the input schema, and the output schema is the concise summary of the article. And it says summarize the article at the following URL, and then it has the flow. All right, so it's going through, finishing its final editing touches, where we can see it rendering each item. And this is what I'm talking about right here. Enter your Gemini API key. I can click auto generate, and it's just going to go out and it's going to fetch me a Gemini API key, store that in an EMV file in my project, and I don't have to worry about going out and managing any keys. It's one of my absolute favorite features. So once I get this API key, I should be able to click one of these summarize buttons and then be able to see a summary. Here we go. All right, so if I have this right, somewhere down here, yes, there's a Firebase Studio post. This is super meta. So if I click summary, I don't think this might work because it might just be the URL. See, it says I don't have enough information to do that. I'm a large language model. And that makes sense because we're just sending the URL. But I could switch and prompt this if I wanted to. Here we go. Look at this. This one is more. This has more information in the story. So it goes, a new study shows that the most research grants support open science, but few researchers consistently practice it. Okay, very cool. So I can click here, and this is all through an API that gets sent to server code, Genkit flows that are running on Next.js. And if I want to further edit these, I could go through, write more prompts, or I can switch into the code, right into this code editor, which is a full-blown cloud-based workspace backed by a Debian VM, so I can open up the terminal, install whatever I want. And if you are a Nix fan, if you don't know Nix, you should check out Nix. It is an amazing way to manage environments. And right here, I have access to the whole Nix Edge registry where I can install Node.js, Python, Go, SQLite, all sorts of things. I can decide what extensions run. I have workspace workflows, what happens when it gets created, what happens when the workspace starts. I can customize all these things about my own specific laptop in the cloud, as I put it. And further, just diving in, this is the Next.js app it generated. I have the ability to write code, or just how I'm used to doing it, or I can switch back to the prototyper. And once I feel like this is something cool and I want to share it, I have this publish button right here where I can go and publish this out to Firebase App Hosting. So this is Firebase Studio. Let me know what you all are building with it. I never really sure how to end these things, so I'm just gonna go. Okay, bye.
9. Art meets AI, the image poem generator that sparks creativity. Our final stop on this tour of innovation takes us to the intersection of art and technology, where developer Stefan Eric created something truly unique, an image poem generator. And here's the kicker. He built it in just 10 minutes. Stefan's app uses AI to analyze an image and generate a poem inspired by its content. It's a beautiful fusion of visual storytelling and literary creativity, made possible by Firebase Studio's ability to seamlessly integrate AI capabilities into apps. Whether you're uploading a serene landscape or a vibrant cityscape, the generator crafts verses that evoke emotion and meaning. This project is a testament to Firebase Studio's versatility. It's not just for building tools or games. It's also a canvas for artistic expression. With Firebase Studio, developers can explore new forms of creativity without being bogged down by technical complexities. So how does Stefan's image poem generator work? Let's dive into his demo and see how Firebase Studio turns images into poetry. Final thoughts. The future of app development is here. And there you have it, 9 wildly creative and functional apps built using Firebase Studio. From classic games like Tetris and Flappy Bird to productivity tools, educational simulations, and even artistic experiments like the image poem generator, these projects showcase the sheer versatility of this groundbreaking platform. What's truly remarkable is how Firebase Studio empowers developers of all skill levels. Whether you're a seasoned coder, a complete beginner, or somewhere in between, Firebase Studio adapts to your needs, letting you focus on what matters most, bringing your ideas to life. But don't just take our word for it. The best way to understand the power of Firebase Studio is to experience it yourself. So why not give it a try? Head over to Firebase Studio, describe your next big idea, and see where it takes you. Who knows? You might just create the next viral app or revolutionary tool. Thanks for joining us on this journey through innovation and creativity. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with fellow developers. Until next time, keep building, keep experimenting, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.